Oh man.
Oh man.
I'm ready to go. I got the Corona.
Hot and rolling.
Hold up. What's the Defense Production Act,
Oh,
George?
baby.
What is that?
What's this?
Trump
Whenever it goes
invokes
live, my
the
silent
Defense
phone
Production
starts talking.
Act. What is that?
Well, what's
what?
going on?
I don't know. It's on Twitter. Trump invoked something.
Oh
The
yeah.
Defense Production Act. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's okay. Maybe they're going to produce more medical equipment.
Breaking news
know.
every time.
All right.
There's a law that the president for emergency situations. So it depends on which ones they pick to fit the situation. You know. Anyway, good evening, folks.
All right.
Mike and Will ready and has both guns blazing.
Yeah,
so
Will's
I
ready to
hope
go.
he
I'm
keeps
just
it up.
a snail right now.
George, you keep going out. Is it happening for you, Mike?
Yeah. He's like,
It's going great.
it's the UFO trying to beam him up. You know what I mean?
Well, as far as I can tell, everything's okay here. Although my computer is running slow, I know that. You know.
It's all that bandwidth you guys we're all sucking up right now.
Yeah, everybody's home locked in the house.
Yeah. We're watching whatever the hottest thing.
Some more, that's for sure. Anyway, welcome, folks, to Friday Night Tech Talk. And, of course, I'm Mobile Geezer. Mike, you give your hello.
Hey, I'm Mike Dixon, Simply Your Device. I'm here today. And if I seem a little sluggish, it's been a really wild, weird week. That's all I got to say. Welcome to it's good to be Friday. That's all I got to say.
Good to be Friday.
Good to be Friday. I am Friday, and I try to get through the week. Cheers.
There you go. And we'll say hello.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope everybody's safe. Okay, George, let's go.
Go ahead, Will. You were going to town.
Yeah, we got to do the stories. Let's do the stories.
Oh, boy.
I'll get it in there somewhere.
All right. Just want to make sure you didn't want to continue ranting. He was a little bit of ranting before. A little bit of ranting before we started, but we'll get back to it. All right, so we're going to start.
Mike, you got to be the opposite side of the argument.
I'm not ready for that. So I'm just here to just watch you go to town. Maybe some will spur me, some will poke the bear. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So George, what's on the menu tonight?
All right.
The coronavirus.
Right, well, we got our first story. Because I can't avoid the coronavirus, we're going to start with that. All right, so I'm going to read the first story, and it's on Android Central.
It's a lot.
And of course, coronavirus and tech. Ongoing list of event cancellations, disruptions, product delays, and more. So, the coronavirus has spread to 108 countries around the world, and it shows no signs of abating. The pandemic is proving particularly devastating in recent weeks, with total confirmed cases crossing 169,000 and fatalities of over 6,500 globally. The virus has effectively shut down all sporting leagues around the world, major gatherings, including tech events and music festivals, and closed down restaurants and malls. It also put a major dent in the airline industry and is causing panic buying across the globe, leading to severe food shortages. The coronavirus has also had a huge impact on the tech industry, affecting the global supply chain and causing interminable product delays. Here's the latest on the coronavirus and how it's affecting the tech industry. March 20th, today, 2020, Netflix and YouTube reduced video quality in Europe. Amazon shuts down Prime Pantry. At the EU's urging, Netflix has reduced the streaming video quality in the region. With everyone self-isolating and working from home, ISPs are under a lot of strain. Netflix has announced it will reduce the bit rate for 30 days, with the service noting that it should free up 25% more traffic. YouTube has also mentioned that it will reduce video quality in Europe to free up bandwidth. At this point, the restriction is only for the region and doesn't affect the U.S. The FCC has signed off on U.S. carriers using additional spectrum in the 600 megahertz channel for the next 60 days. The move is possible by leveraging unused spectrum from the likes of Dish, Comcast, New Level, and others. Amazon is shutting down Prime Pantry for the time being as the retailer deals with high order volumes because of the coronavirus outbreak. Google I/O 2020 is officially no more. That's going to be our next story. Google had planned to host a live stream in place of a physical event, but even that has been axed. So moving on. Yesterday, March 19th, 2020, U.S. government plans $500 billion in direct checks. Amazon shuts down New York warehouse. Google pauses Chrome OS development. And my computer is acting very stupid. Okay. My computer is playing catch up with itself.
But does it have mustard? Ah! Could have it was right there.
Right on.
I don't know how many years has it been, but Mike finally learning.
I'm telling you, it's rubbing off. There's some moments.
Wow.
There we go. Sorry. Okay, I'll be quiet.
Wow. Does it have mustard?
One of you guys take the story because I'm having trouble with my computer.
Will, take it. You're on fire. I'm trying to get the.
Where did you
going.
stop at, George?
I was reading the comments.
March 19th, 2020. Government plans $500 billion in direct checks.
Oh yeah.
Okay. March 19th, 2020. Yeah. U.S. government plans $500 billion in direct checks. Amazon shuts down New York warehouse. Google pauses Chrome OS development. Where's the next part of the story? I'm not reading all that little part in the middle.
Samsung mentions it's shutting down its stores in the U.S. and Canada.
Samsung, yeah, all right, I guess. Samsung has mentioned shutting down stores in the U.S. and Canada. I've never even seen a Samsung store.
Yeah.
Customers will still be able to order products online. Waymo is also shutting down its driverless taxi service, but its fully driverless vehicles will continue to operate for now. Netflix is throttling quality in Europe for the next 30 days to keep pressure off the internet. The best resource for real-time information on COVID-19 infection rates globally is the dashboard maintained by the Center for Systems Science and Engineering at Johns Hopkins. It provides a real-time.
Let me interrupt. That website is incredible. It shows you who died, who's recovered, how many cases. It'll show you on a state-by-state basis. It's incredible. If you need to go, click on that particular website because it does a great job. Sorry, go ahead.
It provides a real-time view of this virus's spread around the globe and has a countrywide breakdown of infection rates, total deaths, and recoveries. You also get a citywide breakdown of the COVID-19 cases in the U.S., Canada, and Australia. The dashboard plugs into several data sources, including the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, China's National Health Commission, the European Center for Disease Prevention and Control, and the local government data. You can also head to the WHO and CDC to know more about the virus and how you can stay safe. The list of cancellations and online-only events because of COVID-19. E3 2020 is canceled. Coachella in April. South by Southwest in March. The Game Developers Conference, Mobile World Congress. Google Cloud Next is canceled. I never even heard about it. Microsoft Build is canceled. Huawei's P40, I guess, isn't going to be shown. Oh, now it's only online only. Microsoft's MVP Global Summit, their yearly thing, is going to be virtual only. The NVIDIA GPU Technology Conference is going to be online. The Adobe Summit is online. Facebook's event is probably online. I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it's going to be online. And Google I/O, I guess as of today, I don't know if this one was updated when this one came out, but they canceled it all away. Other events like Apple's WWDC, Computex, Gamescom are still scheduled, but they'll have to wait and see if it changes in the coming weeks. E3 in particular may be affected as Los Angeles is in a current state of emergency. Product delays due to the coronavirus. The coronavirus effectively shut down China's manufacturing industry for several weeks, and that will have a long-term effect for tech brands. It's business as usual for the industry for now, as most manufacturers stockpile products months in advance, but we're already seeing the likes of Apple and Microsoft slashing their earnings forecast for Q1 2020. The real effect of the coronavirus will be felt in the coming weeks as components run into shortages. Although companies like Samsung don't rely on China for manufacturing anymore, the individual components that go into your phone are still manufactured predominantly in the country. We'll be monitoring the situation closely, but for now, there haven't been any major product delays because of the virus. Wow. I think we read that one.
And it's all the different stories.
All right. I know in my area, Target is still acting like nothing's going on. You can walk right in. There's no limit. Sam's Club, I think they're counting people when they come in. Best Buy, you got to wait outside or order online. And then they let you in slow. Yeah. At least around here.
Mm-hmm.
All the restaurants and stuff are just like drive-through or
closed.
Yeah, drive-through or delivery. They look closed, but they're open. A lot of them are open. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A had a huge line.
Chick-fil-A's always got.
I don't know about like Texas Roadhouse and all those, but I know like IHOP and all those. I think they're all open. They just want you to get delivery. So I guess you got to pay like DoorDash or I know Domino's. Mike was doing like half off.
There's a Granger's down the street from where I work. They had curbside pickup. It was really something to see.
Oh wow!
I know the Wendy's here. The Wendy's here. You can go in and order, but you cannot sit down in the restaurants.
And
look at my Project 13. I'm pulling out the VCR. I'm going to start using my rotary phone just in case.
There you go.
I don't know. This whole thing is crazy.
Yo, look who's here. We got party dog. People. We got a big dog, Munchie. Yeah. Wow. My Project 13.
Welcome, Munchie. Welcome, Big Dog. Welcome, 6. Ooh. We didn't mention 6. I already
6 is always holding. Yeah, 6 is always holding the fort down.
Yep.
So I was wondering,
Mike. So what's been going on at your job? Talk about your social distancing you got going on.
Yeah, I went from having a place that I'm by myself about 90% of the time to now I have employees and just today they told another batch of employees. I guess they gave them laptops and a means to communicate somehow, and they're going to be working from home. Nobody's been laid off so far that I know of, but there's been a few suggestions that if they have to do anything major, they're going to eventually move operations down to my tiny little place. And I mean, it's small compared to where the mothership is. I mean, I know a lot of people are working from home, but yeah. The industry I'm in is in forklift business, and it is very important because right now the trucks are still rolling, the warehouse is still doing their thing. I know my one niece, Emily, she's still working. And if anything, they're making her work extra days. They gave her a raise. I don't know if
Amazon,
you guys,
right? Amazon. They added $2, so they're getting like $17 an hour, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they added $2. I think she already got a raise.
Well, no, they added $2 for everybody.
Right.
This time,
yeah. Mom, don't be late again. All right, George is going to get upset. Mom's in the room. She says I was busy recruiting.
Okay, Carol.
Give her a new toy. She just wears it out. So
she's the tech lady.
Yeah. So that's
been our next story is going to be the shutdown of Google I/O. I sent that to you guys in the private link, so you should have it.
In a private link.
Yeah, on the private chat, Mike, on StreamYard.
Oh, that button. There we go. I don't have it.
All right.
Because I probably came in late.
George, you know what? I don't see it either.
It should be there. I sent it.
It's not here. It's not here.
All right.
Can you send it again?
All right. I can try.
There's nothing in there. Mike, do you see that?
I see a test.
Okay. Yeah,
okay, I'm going into private chat.
Chat.
Yeah, I see it there once, but I'm sending it again right now. Okay, it's there again.
There we go.
And I just
Okay.
sent it again.
Yeah, now it's there. All right.
Okay. All right. So you guys can click on it. I think I can read this one. We'll find out. If I have trouble, I'll get back to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So this is on Android Central, and this was today. Google I/O 2020, including the planned live stream, is completely canceled. This year's I/O is officially done for. It's official. Google I/O 2020 is no more. The reason, COVID-19 coronavirus. The news broke on March 20th today via the Google Development account on Twitter, with the company saying, a Google I/O update out of concern for the health and safety of our developers, employees, and local communities, and in line with shelter-in-place requirements by the local Bay Area government, we sadly will not be holding an I/O event in any capacity this year, so no capacity whatsoever. In reply to that initial tweet, Google continued with, right now, the most important thing all of us can do is focus our attention on helping people with the new challenges we all face. We'll continue to do everything we can to help our community stay safe, informed, and connected. On March 3rd, Google said it would be canceling its physical I/O 2020 event in place of a live stream so that the show could still go on in a digital format. With this latest news, however, the event in its entirety is dead, live stream included. The news isn't, excuse me, the news isn't entirely surprising considering how rapidly the situation around COVID-19 is changing, but regardless, this is a bad move on Google's part. With the live stream no longer taking place, it's likely the company will now publicize its announcements in the form of a press release or delay them until a later date. While I/O is a developer-focused event, we were anticipating big unveilings of the Pixel 4a and further developments on Android 11. And then it just says resources and that kind of stuff. But basically, that's it. There's no Google I/O whatsoever, and there's not going to be one for 2020. So, case closed.
So,
Basically.
so what does this mean? What do you guys think? What's the ramifications?
I think we're probably going to get some kind of press announcement for the Pixel 4a, and I think that's going to be it. And there'll probably be announcements for Android 11. That's about it. What else can they do?
Well, normally they show the shining moments of what Android 11 can do in this case.
Yeah, so, but they don't have a stage to show that on anymore.
But how are they going to proceed to, let the world know that here's the Android 11, here's some of the neat features we're going to do?
My guess it'll be some kind of press announcement or Twitter or some combination of the two. I don't see what else they can do. Since they're deciding not to have any formal announcements of anything, I don't see what they can do besides a press release and put something on Twitter.
They're going to do like Apple and just put it on the website.
Yeah, and put it on their website. Yeah, that would make sense.
So, do you think it'll be a Pixel 4a now?
Absolutely,
yeah, it's coming.
Yeah,
they already done reviewed it on the.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be there, but I think it'll be some kind of public announcement, and that'll be that. I mean, there's no other option as far as I can tell. Mike, you seem super disappointed.
I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what's going on in the world with this coronavirus. This is like a what do you call it? A sci-fi movie that's just ongoing. It's just constantly.
Yes, it is.
It's weird. You drive to work and I'm not hampered by extra school buses, and I'm not, getting on the turn.
Exactly.
I take the turnpike, and there's nobody on the turnpike. When I first started going back down to Delaware, I was surprised how busy the turnpike and getting over the bridge was getting into Delaware. It's nothing out there. Yep. And we're here. I'm hearing where my guys go to places. There's whole companies just shutting down, or just they don't, hey, you don't need to work on our fork because we go there to do prevent service or something like that. They don't want them there. They're just skeleton crew. That it's a if they can't, if the forklift is broken down in the building, you're not allowed in the building. They figure a way to try to get outside. They would have them work on it outside if it can. It's something, but yet there's moments I'm busy trying to get caught up on stuff. The work all comes at once, and then I realize I stop and I realize the phone stopped ringing. Like in my place, the phones ring and ring and ring. There's always a call coming in. And I got 2 guys right now that took PTO right now. So, and one of them has to take it because they're gonna got no childcare. So,
yeah,
I am disappointed, but it's like, okay, and it's affecting. If you look at we have one story here, or was it a story about? Was it the Chrome update? The Chrome update, was there something about Chrome? Did we have, or am I thinking about a past story about the mention about Chrome not getting updated or something?
I think it's a past.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's something.
Oh, yeah, no, that's in today's.
Yeah, they mentioned it in one of the about a Chrome update that they're not going to go through.
Exactly, they're shutting it.
Why? Well, I mean, is it staffing? Is it? Well, I don't understand why. They're putting their efforts into other things. They're pulling their resources. Google's pulling the resources for it to fight the disease.
I think they're putting a lot of resources in try to get this testing thing done. It seems like Google's very involved with it.
So, okay, yeah. I mean, this whole thing, we started for the Google people, that's not Will. This whole thing started off on a bad foot for Google. I mean, from the Pixel 4 and we've all talked about the issues and everything that that's going on in the world of Google as far as like their phones or software or whatever the case may be. And here we have this coronavirus coming out, and which is great. I'm glad that, yes, we all know that all companies are putting their best effort into doing something about it. And Google's didn't have like a website or something they were working on. I saw the president.
I think that was late too.
That's where all the resources are going.
And so in the end of all this, when the virus is ran its course and life is sort of returning to normal, what's going to happen to our the tech in the world? You know what I mean?
I think life will return to normal, period.
Yeah. Well, I hope. I can only hope. I have no desire of buying a new phone because I'm just blessed right now. I got a job. A lot of people are not working right now, and I can't see how going out and spending.
Mike, imagine if you just bought it. What's that phone? S20 Ultra.
Oh yeah, and then you lost your job.
That's not funny. That's not funny, but man, that would suck. Would really suck.
What's this? DBO 89, South Jersey, New Jersey. Yeah, that's right. That's us. Except for this guy here.
Mike, somebody's got it in my neighborhood. 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just push.
Well, yeah. Now they're starting to debunk this whole thing that this is an old folk thing. Well, 40% of all the cases being put in hospitals are between 20 and 54. So this is no longer just an old folks thing.
Wait a minute. I just saw that the gentleman or the person who wrote who DBO 89, Galaxy Note 10 Plus or the Pixel 3A XL, and you replied Note 10 Plus?
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing he must be. Is he getting them for about the same price? That's what I'm assuming. He's maybe he found somebody selling it cheap on Craigslist.
What, the 3A?
No, the whatever that phone's called, the Note.
Oh,
the price. Let me see how much they go for now. You would pick the 3A, Mike, over the Note?
Well, for money wise.
No, but he's just asking which phone.
Oh, well,
I wouldn't pick the
I'm always thinking right
3A.
now money. I'm always thinking about money. Oh, by the way, talk about money. the phone came in. That's all I got to say. I don't know if Mom's still here. She might have left.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, well, now there's still $6.19 on Swappa.
$6.19.
Swappa's the worst now because they charge tax. I don't know how they're getting away with that, but whatever. Because you already paid tax for it. I'm like, what the hell? Who's that in the chat? Who's that in the chat?
Who's that? I mean,
Trash. You see it?
Sounds like crying children.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got a sicko in here.
If you
I can't even see the message.
if I feel bad for those YouTubers with big stage that can't attend all
he
those
feels bad for them because they can't go to the conventions for
free. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I mean, what's this is going to change? What are these YouTubers, these big YouTubers, going to do? Except for
I don't know.
I can't help it. I think of
You know,
MKBHD.
they'll lose money for a while, like all the big companies are doing.
Take
what
a
else
break.
can they do?
Yeah. Nah, MKBHD is like, I've got the Pixel 5. I had it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go try all the phones he's
in
got.
one of his new studios.
He's got the Fold 2 already.
Did you see that Escobar?
Yeah, you see what they did?
Yeah.
They did the same thing that company did to Flossie with the AirPods. They sent Flossie the real AirPods so that he could promote it and everybody would go buy it.
And what was it? A gold cover?
Then no. They sent him. They acted like they made like a duplicate AirPod. So when he got it, he was like, "Wow, these are amazing. They're only $90." So they sent him those, and then he basically advertised it. So everybody went to the website and was buying them, and then they never sent them nothing. Yeah. That's the same thing they did to MKBHD, but they were smarter because they just went by his name and they probably Googled him when he ordered when he ordered the second phone or whatever one he said he ordered in his name. Then they sent him the real phone with the stickers on it so he could promote it. But they didn't think he was going to take the stickers off.
Okay.
They had stickers all over it, and it was a Galaxy Fold. They sent him a Galaxy Fold with just different software.
All right.
Yeah, they did.
Because I think the next story is kind of interesting, in my opinion.
Which one is this?
Whole
The
Foods?
one?
Whole Foods, yes.
Whole Foods. Okay.
All right, Mike, you want to take this one? Okay, I got it up. If you want to take it.
Wow. Wow.
Is that what you're
I just read the headline.
Yeah. Whole Foods wants workers to help pay some of the colleagues leave during coronavirus. Yeah. As Amazon corporate officers take 2 weeks paid leave. Hey, Will. Will.
What?
sounds like your company, right? They would do something like that, right?
Yeah, they would. My companies, yeah. Don't even talk about it.
A statement. Now they start off with an update. A statement from Amazon spokesman further clarifies the story as well. They clarify the story as well as Whole Food corporate policy on paid time off during the coronavirus outbreak. This is a long-standing Whole Foods market program from prior to the acquisition. Amazon is matching all funds to Whole Foods Fund since the acquisition to support the team's needs during the unprecedented event. All Whole Foods team members have access to the 2-week paid time off related to coronavirus that has announced for all Amazon employees. See, that's nuts. So I just realized. I mean, this whole opening of the story, and yet, like I mentioned about Amazon, my niece, she got a $2 raise, and it was like they're pleading for her to work. They're actually making her work an extra day, I think. Or like so. The original story syndicated from Common Dreams. Okay. Absolute bull. With the amount of Jeff Bezos makes in one day, he could shut stores down and pay employees to stay safe. When the progressive Progressives like Bernie Sanders say now is the time for solidarity amid the coronavirus outbreak. They likely do not mean that employees of Whole Foods, owned by the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, should be asked to give their own accrued paid sick days to coworkers who have either contracted the deadly virus or being forced to take time off because what is now is a global pandemic. But that is exactly what executives with the grocery chain are asking its employees to do through Bezos could effectively give them unlimited pay sick leave during the current national emergency without barely scratching his own bank account. In a letter sent to employees earlier this week, Whole Foods CEO John Mackey explained that one of the options available to workers was for them to donate their paid time off PTO days to a pool that others workers could draw from. What are you laughing at? I'm not looking at the comments. What?
No. Keep going.
Oh, because I said carnivores. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm a little toasted.
Mike is tired.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, man.
Journalists learn. Oh man, I ain't even touch that name. Sorry, dear. Who broke?
Rory?
Yeah, who broke the story with reporting for the Motherboard notes that a subsidiary of Amazon, the world's biggest company, Whole Foods, could easily afford to pay its hourly employees for sick days taken during the coronavirus outbreak without breaking a bank. Instead, the company has put the onus back on the workers, and they're not happy about it. In Mackey's letter reviewed by Motherboard, the executive stated team members who have a medical emergency or death in their immediate family can receive donated PTO hours, not from team members of their own location, but also from team members across the country. This is weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah, through such labor practices are not unusual, with workers in various sectors and industry pulling accumulated sick leave for colleagues experiencing a long-term illness, doing so in the face of a global pandemic in which all members of society are equally at heightened risk. The move seems by critics as short-sighted, tone-deaf, and cruel. The fabulous wealth of Bezos has only increased the ire for many. The Whole Foods is owned by Amazon, whose CEO and the biggest shareholder in the world's richest man tweeted progressive media critic as journalist Adam Johnson. If I were billionaires right now, I'll hire double the wages any Whole Food employee is willing to simply stay home for the few months. As I understand, it's grotesque level of greed. Yeah, that's a tweet. Anyway, runaway capitalism is when Whole Foods suggests employees trade vacation time to address coronavirus rather than offer paid leave, all while the CEO takes $15 million a year in stocks, benefits, and more, said Trish. Again, I'm not going to say that name. The Democrat running for U.S. Senate in Colorado this year. You got the richest man in the world asking people who are living paycheck to paycheck to donate to each other. Matthew Hunt, a former Whole Food employee who led the drive to unionize Whole Foods workers,
He's happy.
told Motherboard that That's absolute bull. With the amount of Bezos makes in one day, he could shut stores down and pay employees to stay safe.
Jeff Bezos is a
Which is
great guy.
probably true, I would think.
He's a great guy, ain't he? That's messed up. That is crazy.
But that kind of policy, as far as donating time off, I've done that in the past too.
What's that?
Yeah, but come on. This is like a different. This is different.
I had a coworker whose husband had really bad cancer suddenly. So I gave her twice. I gave her my time off, and then the third time I tried to do it, they wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
So I never understood that.
But George, that's different. Like I've donated a whole bunch of time to people before, but this is like, come on.
No, I'm just saying the policy is nothing new. But yeah, I think it's pretty chintzy that they don't just give them the time off.
Yeah, like come on, that's terrible. But there was a lot of companies that weren't paying. It was like somebody had a whole list on Twitter that said people were, there was the Mike. Really? I don't know what's that girl's name. I think you follow her, Mike. Does she work in like cricket or?
Lady Red.
She went to work. Red,
yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who's gonna go to the cricket store? You know that?
Yeah, it was like an option for her to go to work or stay home. And
why would you even go? I don't know. I mean, I guess she needs her money, but I don't know. They should have just closed the store. That's like the least important thing to be open.
Yeah. Hey, George, what's the what's the rent-a-car business like?
It's slowed down a whole lot. I can tell you that.
Yes, it's down a lot.
With the airlines being down a lot, that means enterprise goes down a lot. One goes with the other.
Okay, I wasn't sure what it was like. I don't know. My friend who works at Enterprise, they asked me either take a paid day off, use a vacation day, or take a day or take a day without pay. It was his choice if he wanted to save his time.
Okay.
But it was like, wow, I was surprised. So,
oh my God, got the Rona.
Yeah, the Rona. Yeah.
When the airlines start losing money, rental companies are going to start losing money automatically. One goes with the other.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that he went to the store and went to work, and people were like, "Why wouldn't he just close?" And she was just like, "I'm coming to work." I'm like, really? I don't know.
I get the impression that she loves what she does and she's dedicated. I guess you're probably right. Probably needs the money.
Yeah, but you need to stop. I don't know. Just like they said, if you don't have to go out the house, the company, I mean, it's the company's fault, but because they should have just closed the store. You could shop online.
Yeah, but you're saying if you don't have to go out the house. Let's say in your job, you have to go out of the house. But in Mike's job, my job, we do not have to go out of the house. Our companies are not shutting down.
But that company should shut down. I could see like the rental car. Like I told Mike, I thought his company should have shut down.
Yeah, but the
reason they're not shutting down is because they don't want to lose to the other people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mike?
Well, that's some of the underlying. Yeah. If they shut down, they're worried about the competition. The competition is very fierce, and somebody will swoop in and they get a foothold of within a customer.
Yeah, but that's messed up because they're not thinking about you. Like you got to go to work.
I know.
You might walk in. Let's say, Mike. Wait, since I don't remember how long you've been there, how long you've been back. And I don't remember how you said your insurance went, but if you're not covered now and you go there and get that, are they gonna pay your medical bills?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
I'm fortunate. I'm covered right now.
Oh, well, you're lucky.
I am, but hey, I could have gotten the virus a while back. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I wasn't covered, or I was covered the whole time, but still, I know what you're saying. Well, what bothers me is a little bit is if they're going to move their operation down. And like I don't want people who might have it up there bring it to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy, Gary.
Gary is bad. Gary's bad. Yeah,
I'm not putting that comment though.
Yeah, well, what Brian's saying? Well, that's crazy. Well, even after you told us what What
'cause we
happened?
were on Jerome's thing, and I was telling him about the lady going to work on Jerome's stream earlier about the
Your coworker?
No, about that lady
Red.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess just because to me, Cricket is such a small store. Like it's not like Gary said. Would they get 5 people coming in? Like it's not like they're not like Verizon.
He worked in a store in a fairly country area too.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know. Whatever.
Your wife is here, Mike.
Yeah, I see.
Hey, Pat. All right, are we ready for our next story?
Yeah, we're going through them.
Which is the T-Mobile story.
Hey, you want me to do it, George?
Yes, sir. I'm sharing it right now. There it is. Okay, this is on Android Central.
T-Mobile is boosting LTE speeds for millions of Americans amid the coronavirus spread. Sprint customers will soon be able to enjoy expanded roaming access to the Magenta carrier's network. I guess we should read what you need to know. What you need to know. T-Mobile has announced it is expanding its network capacity across the U.S. for 2 months to support people working from home amid the COVID-19 crisis. The carrier is deploying 600 megahertz spectrum from companies such as Comcast, Dish, and a few investment firms. As long as you have a compatible device, you should be able to see capacity improvements within the next few days. With an aim to support millions of Americans who are now working and schooling from what? There's no home, right?
I think it should be from home.
Okay. I wasn't bugging. Like I think the letter's gone. From home due to the COVID-19 outbreak. T-Mobile has announced it is expanding capacity for 60 days by employing 600 megahertz spectrum borrowed from companies like Comcast and Dish, who are currently not doing anything with their spectrum holding. Nexal Ray, president of technology for T-Mobile, said in a statement, "In trying times like this, we understand how important it is for people to remain connected to family and friends, to resources and information, to their jobs via teleworking or schools via virtual classrooms. And we take our responsibility to keep our customers connected incredibly seriously. We can't thank these partners in the FCC enough for coming together to provide people across the country with the critical connectivity they're relying on right now." In addition to boosting capacity for customers with compatible phones, the carrier is also expanding roaming access for Sprint customers on its network. As noted by the folks at PC Mag, this move will primarily benefit customers in rural U.S. However, to get good coverage, your phone must be compatible with LTE bands 12 and 71. To ensure that its network remains fully operational at all times, T-Mobile's network operations centers monitor network traffic 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. The company has also removed data caps for all T-Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile customers and is providing an additional 20 gigabytes of mobile hotspot data for the next 2 months. That's nice.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
See how they do that? Jeff Bezos is supposed to step up and do something too.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, I know about that story too. That the government and the T-Mobile and these companies are all working together, which is nice for a change.
Yeah, even Comcast is in there. Yeah, but
exactly.
Brian says, "Do you guys notice any improvement in speeds?"
Listen, my mom has T-Mobile, Mike, and I think we spent almost 2 years now, and I can't wait till her contract is up.
Really?
Man, it's terrible. I call her, and we're in the same building. I got full service on Visible, and her phone goes straight to voicemail. I hate it.
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Okay.
She be like, "Something's wrong with the phone." I said, "It's your stupid
It
service."
is the phone. It is the phone. I'm telling you, get her Android.
I said,
now, Gary is saying he has noticed improvement in speeds on AT&T. Okay.
That T-Mobile garbage. It's terrible for her in this area. Anyway, I work at Mike.
T-Mobile here is great.
I'm telling you, Mike, it's bad. It's really bad.
But how about outside that dead zone?
Once she gets out of there, even on the drive home, sometimes it'll just drop off. But I don't know. She got 6 months left, and then I was like, "You're going to Visible."
Well, then you unlock the phone, right?
Yeah, it's an iPhone, so she'll be good. Yeah, I can't.
It's an iPhone.
She'll be fine. She don't got to worry about all those bands. She'll be
God.
It's an iPhone. Get support, Mike. Visible will have no problem. Note 10.
You're keeping me. You're. I tell you.
Note 10. No support. I had to jump through hoops to get that stupid thing to work.
I know. Darn. I find T-Mobile is good outdoors. Well, I hope it's good outdoors.
Yeah.
Read Brian's comment. I'm sorry.
No, he means that it's only good when you're outside. If you're in the building, it ain't gonna work. He's probably right. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Works
You know
great
what? Though?
Here.
In my building, the only people who get service is Verizon and AT&T. Sprint has no service, and I guess T-Mobile. So a lot of people at my job don't have T-Mobile though. A lot of them have Sprint, and there's a lot of Verizon.
A lot of Sprint, really.
Yeah, because Sprint gives you the stuff for free just about.
Well, not the service, but you're talking about like who?
Oh no, like my coworker, she pays a lot because she got her kids on her line, but she has like an LG phone. Her husband has a free LG phone, and her kids have iPhones. Her bill is high. To me, it's high, but I guess for the number of phones she got and all that, and them having iPhones, for her, it's decent. But I don't know. I was like, I'll stick with.
Well, that's all going to change soon because T-Mobile and that deal sounds like it's going through. So,
yeah,
it's going to any day now.
Wait till T-Mobile starts raising them prices.
Well, they can't do that for 3 years because of the agreement. So,
yeah, they'll start adding in those fees.
All right.
And surcharges.
I got one more story that's somewhat related to coronavirus, and then we can go on to normal tech stuff. So I'll read this one. And I just thought this one was kind of interesting. This is on Android Central, and noise canceling headphones are critical for work from home sanity. These aren't just for travel and workplace distraction. Now, this guy works from home for years now. So you may think that noise canceling headphones are only for travel or open office environments when you need to drown out distractions. Take it from someone who has worked from home the past 9 years and my colleagues who have done it a lot longer. Active noise canceling ANC headphones are critical for working from home too. While it may seem nice at first to work in the comfort of your own home away from the office space that's often simple and dull, being in a familiar environment poses its own set of issues. You're far more likely to be distracted by everything around you, no matter your situation. Obviously, family members and pets can be the biggest and most blatant types of distractions, but the sounds of daily life happening around a home are different from that of an office, and something you don't really notice until you're sitting down trying to work. It can be really hard to focus. Before jumping into the complex world of researching new office chairs or standing desks, one of the best things you can do to boost your productivity when working from home is to buy a pair of good over-ear noise-canceling headphones. I use the Bose QC35s every single day, which I still see as the gold standard for comfort and noise cancellation. I can wear them for several hours at a time with no discomfort, which is incredibly important, and the noise cancellation technology is exceptional. There's a reason why you see QC35s everywhere, from offices to airports, though some people do prefer the design and features of the newer Bose 700s for $50 more. The regular debate in this category is between Bose and Sony's WH-1000XM3s, which are also incredibly popular and seem to be put on sale more often. They're actually 20% off at the time of publishing. Like the new Bose 700s, they're sleeker, charge over USB-C, and they're a favorite of many of my co-workers. While each of these is highly rated, they're also expensive, but you don't have to spend big to get solid noise-canceling headphones. You can easily get a pair for well under $100. And while you'll miss out on some of the creature comforts and long-term durability, they absolutely get the job done for a shorter stint in work-from-home life. There's a distinct difference between just putting any old headphones on or worse yet earbuds in and getting a pair of really good, comfortable, and active noise-canceling headphones. The active noise-canceling technology makes a critical difference when you put these on and play some music or audiobook or podcast, whatever works for you. The outside world really disappears. it's an interesting phenomenon in that because you're isolated orally, you also get a bit of tunnel vision and seem to be able to focus your eyes and hands on the work in front of you. And the aforementioned headphones really are comfortable enough to wear for hours on end to get you through your workday. So I just thought that was an interesting story for all these people. I guess a lot of us are, working from home, and he's done this an awfully long time, and I guess he would know. So I guess over-the-ear noise canceling headphones is the way to go if you work from home and actually trying to get some work done.
Do you like over the ears, George?
I cannot. Ever since earbuds came out, I cannot stand to have anything over my ears.
Yeah, that's how I am, George. I don't like it either. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Earbuds are okay.
I know the sound is better and all that, but
I agree.
I don't like it. I'd rather take the poor quality for the feel of just being like
as soon as I put anything over my ears, they start to bother me, and sometimes they make me sweat, and I just can't stand it. But I just figure I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, I don't like the thing on my head.
I guess Will's a weirdo too, for that matter.
So, Mike, you like them over your ear, right?
I like these. I like this style, especially for what we're doing here. I have buds. I have, what are they? Alki buds. They work fine. They absolutely work fine.
He has buds. I have Coors Light. Okay.
Mike, George, you don't got Corona?
Very good. I'm trying to get the drum roller working this time.
Oh, man.
Okay.
You got it. Can you imagine?
That's a good one.
Now, if Corona's smart, they should have a really good campaign to come back from this.
Yeah, really.
You know what's funny? Yesterday we were in public shopping, and I'm walking down the beer aisle, and guess who had the most cases of beer in the aisle?
Corona, yeah.
I don't know if it's because they're not buying it or what, but there was a ton of them in there. I'll tell you that.
People are going to have memes of that for years now.
Yeah, it is.
They're everywhere.
Okay. All right, the next story. Now we're getting down to regular.
Thank God, no more Corona, please.
Yeah, I'm about to go get me. I'm about to get my Yingling in a minute.
Oh man.
Hey, I like Yingling. That's one of my
1.2
top 3 favorite beers.
Yeah, that's right.
What did Apple do?
Your boy's Apple breaking.
I thought this was the good article. I seen an article about somebody saying the Apple Watch saved their kid's life or something.
Here we go. So I clicked on it.
Wait. I'm trying to get this up.
I clicked on it. I clicked to look at the article, and here is this big old advertisement. Does it show up on here? The LG? Does it show? Is it up?
You might have a different one. That's because I see it right up at the top. LG V50.
Yeah, look at that big old ad.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna order one. Here we go. Right now. It only took me an hour for the last time I was trying to order a phone.
Okay, folks, this is the end of the stream. Mike's gonna order.
How come I can't get an unlocked phone?
They don't have it. They don't have it.
We may bring it back for another episode.
Wait. Now, Mike, you see. T-Mobile must be influencing that. Look at they got the T-Mobile colors on the text thread
Let me see.
on the phone.
Oh yeah. The messaging. You love the messaging thread? Does that look familiar a little bit?
Yeah, but that's not Google Messages.
No, I noticed. Yeah, I know.
There you go.
Good job, Google. Way to get RCS out there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, you keep it up, Will. They may not ever allow you to buy another Google phone.
They're gonna do me like Samsung did when I was trying to buy the Note 10. It's gonna keep rejecting my order.
Exactly.
Especially you know me, George. Every year I'm like, I'm not buying the Pixel. They might really make me not buy it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, this is on Gizmodo. Mike, you want to take this one?
I got it, George.
Yeah, good. I'm busy. I'm busy ordering my LG phone right now.
France hits Apple with a record-setting $1.2 billion fine. Wow. France's antitrust watchdog is not an Apple fan. Today, it fined the Cupertino giant 1.1 billion euros or $2 billion, along with 2 wholesale partners for violations regarding its efforts to restrict the wholesale market and abusing the economic dependence of resellers. In a statement announcing the fine, whatever that's called, concurrence, they
Oh, you gotta read that.
I'm not reading
Otto durante de la concurrence.
There you go. Said that Apple and its wholesale partners, Ingram Micro. Oh, I always see that when I order Apple stuff. And Tech Data agreed they wouldn't compete with each other. It also prevented premium resellers from lowering prices. In other words, Apple is being fined for running a price fixing scheme.
Which is exactly what they did there.
Yeah, well, hey. For their roles, Ingram Micro and Tech Data were fined 76 million euros or $85 million and 63 million euros or $70.2 million respectively. According to the watchdog, Apple also put in place a price monitoring system. If a reseller ran an unauthorized promotion, it posed a risk that Apple could then retaliate by favoring competitors. On top of that, the watchdog alleges that Apple treated resellers of its products unfairly to the point where it limited their stock of products compared to Apple stores. Okay, I'll talk about it after. The products in question encompass all Apple products, with the exception of iPhones, as they are frequently sold by carriers. Oh no, sold separately by carriers. The fine, which, all right, George, whatever that place is called, says it's the highest penalty it's ever imposed, is the result of a years-long investigation that can be traced back to France's biggest reseller, eBizCus, shuttering shortly after filing a complaint against Apple in 2012. This also follows a record $27 million fine imposed by the DGCCRF, France's consumer watchdog group, over Apple throttling older iPhones. Gizmodo reached out to Apple for comment, but they didn't receive one. Of course not. However, in statements provided to other outlets, Apple has indicated the decision was disheartening and that it fully plans to appeal, as they should. That part about
as them, they should.
No, listen. The part about them. What did it say? Hold on. Wait.
The one thing I think they did.
This one. It says Apple treated resellers of its products unfairly to the point where it limited their stock. Of course, you're going to give them less than your store. Why wouldn't
I agree. I agree 100%.
Come on.
The only thing illegal I think they did is when they agreed that they wouldn't complete. They did the price fixing with the other 2 companies. That to me is illegal. Yeah. But everything else, I agree with you.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's all right. They'll be all right. Apple will get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll be just fine.
It's crazy though, because the other countries are always having a problem. Like we don't. Apple's not. They do things the way they do it, and that's
but you have to understand how the EU works. If you're making a lot of money and you're an American company, they want their hand in your pocket. That's just how it works in the EU.
They just come up with random stuff to complain about.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They hate American companies making a lot of money unless they're getting a cut of it, and they're going to find a way to get it. They've done it to Google. They've done it to Microsoft. They've done it to Amazon. Now it's Apple's turn. Mike, are you still ordering, or what are you doing?
No, the LG won't allow me to order. I want to go.
There's no unlocked one, Mike. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
And you know why they won't allow you to order? Because you associate with Will. That's why.
you know why they won't? You know why they won't allow you to order? Probably because LG doesn't know when it's coming out.
yeah.
Probably like we're not sure. And I don't know. That phone is nice though. If I was still on Android, I would look at that one over the Samsung because you save money. It still records in 8K. Huh?
It's $1,000, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, but no, it's like
the LG phone.
Wait, listen, Mike. Yeah. Here's the other problem with Android.
Oh, here we go.
It goes from like $750 to $949, depending on which carrier you buy it on, because LG has no control of what goes on with their products.
Yeah. I gather that.
And like T-Mobile is doing the buy one get one, and some kind of. I seen Rishi was talking about it. Altered Tech. He was saying that they had like a buy one get one, but the phone is nice. It records in 8K. It just doesn't have Samsung on it, so people are going to be like, "Nah."
Buy now from these carriers. Okay, finally it's working.
That's a good option though, to get 8K recording, wide angle, all that.
I love this name, Classy Blue. for
phone jack.
$900. $900 for this
You got to
phone?
get it from T-Mobile, Mike.
Yeah.
Get it fast and easy financing decision. Oh, that's okay.
Now listen, Mike, I'm telling you, T-Mobile has a deal on that phone.
But what's it?
It's buy one get
Don't they
one.
have a BOGO on it, Will?
Oh wait, Mike, you're complaining, and it's 5G. How much does what's the name charges a lot for theirs? What's the name of that company?
Verizon, Samsung.
Samsung is if you go to T-Mobile, you're getting it for buy one get one. You can get two of them.
Man, my man Juan Bagnell, man, he is all over that phone, that V60.
You and Rishi should go in.
Wait, what Gary saying here? Let's see. I heard some of the LG fan guys that
they said the V60
is
okay.
okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I had them. Brian,
yeah, Will.
I see what he said.
You
I
see
had
what
the
Brian?
Settings. I had the settings and I did it and it was working and then it just kept going off. I don't got the phone no more. I got rid of it. Can you guys help me with this question? Is Google Stadia for $99 a good deal? Comes with a controller, Chromecast Ultra, 3 months of game service. I don't care about that.
What do you guys think?
I mean, for $99, I think as long as your expectations are realistic, because a lot of the games are stuff that's already out on consoles. And I seen there was an article maybe 3 weeks ago. We talked about it. The developers are kind of like weary of putting too much money or effort into developing games for it because they think Google is just going to give up on it. But I mean, they dropped the price, so I'm thinking Google's not selling that many of them. Yeah,
it sounds like a good deal, but how long is it going to be around? You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I would look on maybe somebody sell. Do they sell those on Swapper? Somebody might be selling theirs. Because all it is the controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a controller and a Chromecast. I think a new Chromecast. Somebody might be selling it.
Now this comment from Gary is like a rave from Gary.
No, it's not, because he's not talking about Dumb Plus. If it was OnePlus,
Dumb Plus.
It's okay. It's not a pixel. It's a rave, in my opinion.
That's what he calls it, Dumb Plus. If he was talking about Dumb Plus with their 107 gigs of RAM.
On Ted's question here, and I gotta admit that what Brian's also his comment, they're going to kill Stadia sooner rather than later. You know, it's Google, man. They just can't figure out what they're doing here.
The problem with Stadia is like they came out.
I don't trust Google.
They were lying out.
Brian is just saying it's not a good deal.
They came out and they were like, "Yeah, it's the games are 4K," and like 2 weeks later, everybody's like, "No, they're not." Like I don't know.
It's what Google does.
It's not a good. For $100, you can still use. It's not like you're just getting Stadia. So if you have, I think that controller can work with Xbox. So if you have an Xbox or something, you're getting a controller and a new Chromecast, and you don't have to play Stadia with it. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought about buying one because when they came out, I was still on Google. I mean, I was still on Pixel. But
Brian, real quick, do you have Stadia, or did you happen to have it at one time? Yeah, he says latency will be terrible. Okay, I thought he said it is terrible.
I'm feeling good.
It's because on Facebook. It's because it's Google. Like they have. I don't think there's no exclusive games for it. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, y'all. I know, Mike, you don't game, but the games that are out for it, they've been on PlayStation. You know what I mean? It's like what are you really getting
Google.
for it? You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't Google. I was going to say.
What are you really getting? Like,
but the major issue is how do you trust Google not to kill it? And you don't.
Oh yeah.
No.
And the thing is, like I think Mike was saying last week, or Jerome, somebody, they don't like advertise it. Like,
oh no.
Like they don't like they said this would be the perfect time, and maybe that's why they slashed the price because they figure people are home. But they should be pushing it. Like they should be like Google Stadia.
I was mentioning about it on our stream. Yeah, all of them should be pushing
it. Like get people to get it in their house because they charge you.
Television advertising money for is the Pixel. Sometimes
they don't even spend money for that. They have like 3 commercials. The thing is the Stadia, I think, when you buy the game, since you don't have nothing that you're downloading it to, you don't really own it. So if they cancel it, like your game is gone. You know what I mean? It's
probably lost.
because Google's not going to keep spending money to run the server on it if they're not, supporting the system. It's I wouldn't do it.
That's probably true. So yeah,
I mean, I would do it, but I wouldn't.
Issue. Yeah. All right, ready for
look,
the next.
what's the name has it? Gary's got it.
Oh,
Gary said he has
that.
Stadia. It's cool. He hasn't played it in a while, but it's fine. I thought about it when they first announced it, but then I was like, it's $130, and I said, nah.
But at least we have somebody who has experience with it. He's the first person I know, that's for sure.
This is how I know it's probably not that good. I haven't heard nobody talk about it in everyday life. Like, I don't go to work and nobody's like, yeah, my son wants a Stadia. Nobody,
it's usually an Xbox or PS, right?
Nobody talks about it. Like, I don't think it's gonna last too long.
Yeah.
Especially this year, because the new systems, as long as everything keeps going, they're all coming out by the end of the year. So people are going to be playing Xbox and PlayStation 5, and nobody's going to be playing Stadia. And I guess if you just want to use the controller, if you don't mind losing if you just need a Chromecast, if you don't got one, and a controller that you might be able to use in case they kill it on your Xbox, then I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But just to play the games. Well, he said he didn't really care about the games or something like that. So, yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to just regular text stuff. This should excite Will. All right.
This is all the good news?
This is the good news. All right. All right. I'm going to read. I'm going to read this one.
George, make sure you do it justice now, George. Make sure you do
I'll
it
do
justice.
my best. All right.
Notice Uncle Tim is watching you.
There's a Samsung commercial up top, though.
I got a Surface Pro commercial.
I got because I clicked on LG. I got nothing but LG ads.
Yeah, now I got LG because I clicked on that nonsense too.
All right, this is on The Verge.
LG's
Apple
polluting my
announced a
screen.
new iPad Pro with trackpad support and a wild keyboard cover. $799 for the 11-inch, $949 for the 12.9-inch in stores next week. Oh yeah, and the ad says your next computer is not a computer. Will, you want to talk about the guy who argued with you about that?
George just wants to get me going.
Go ahead.
Read the article first, then we can talk about it.
All right. Apple is announcing a new iPad Pro available online for either $799 or $949 for 128 gigabytes Wi-Fi configurations, depending on the size. They're available to order online now, and Apple says they will ship on March 25th. Both the 11-inch and 12.9-inch sizes look identical to last year's models, but there's a new processor and new camera system inside them both. Apple's headline feature is that it has an LiDAR scanner to go along with its LiDAR camera to go along with its camera for depth sensing and AR. But what most people are going to notice is that very new keyboard that you get with it.
You don't get it with it, you got to buy it.
Yeah, exactly. $300. Yeah. The keyboard unfolds and elevates the iPad to a more comfortable viewing position, as you can see above. There's a picture of it again.
Oh, I can't wait.
You're going to get it, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Apple thing is hot,
rather than copying the experience from Mac OS, trackpad support has been completely reimagined for iPad. As users move their finger across the trackpad, the pointer elegantly transforms to highlight user interface elements. You can see very brief examples of it in use in the video below. Apple is calling it a magic keyboard, matching the branding it recently used on the redesigned and improved MacBook keyboard. It is backlit, supports USB-C, pass-through charging, and has smooth angle adjustment. Unfortunately, it won't be available until May, but it will be compatible with last year's iPad Pros as well. And speaking of, unfortunately, it will cost a whopping $299 for the 11-inch model and $349 for the 12.9-inch version. As for the iPad Pro itself, Apple has historically had a lot of extra power in the processor, and that appears to be no different this time. Apple calls it the A12Z Bionic chip, with 8 cores in the GPU, and Apple isn't shy about saying it is the most powerful, it is more powerful than most Windows PC laptops. The company also made a tweet ad for it along the lines of its classic "What's a Computer" ad. Battery life is estimated at 10 hours, and it supports gigabyte LTE, but not 5G.
Oh, it's trash. It's trash.
Listen,
Okay.
George. They got
Go
a
ahead.
they got a 5G one coming out at the end of the year. That got slowed up. It was supposed to be released at the same time. I see Gary. What did Gary say? You can't get the keyboard till May. It's going to have a 720p camera and it's 1300 maxed out. Okay, now Gary, 1300 maxed out, but the original iPad Pro came out with 64 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. This one starts at 128, is 128, 256, I think, in a terabyte or something like that. But even if you get the mid, like the lowest one for $799, you're getting the 11-inch iPad Pro, the wide-angle camera on the back with the time of flight or the LiDAR, whatever Apple's calling it.
It's
and
nothing but a time of flight.
The keyboard is $300. So you figure you're paying, let's say, $1,200. And if you don't need the whole operating system that a computer gives you, that's all you need right there. That's like a computer. You're getting the whole app store, and you have a keyboard with mouse support. It's not, it's better than buying a Mac. Some people don't want to deal with, like me and George were saying earlier, some people don't want to deal with Mac OS. If they just watching YouTube and, purchasing stuff and doing word processing, you don't need Mac OS.
But you don't need to spend $1,200 if that's all you're doing either.
Yeah, but you don't need to buy. They might not like me. I don't like Windows touch interface and all that. You know what I mean? I've tried like 4. I tried the Surface. I tried the Surface Book. I tried the little ugly the ugly tablet one. What was that one called? The Surface, the regular one with the keyboard that's all flimsy. I don't like. Apple just killed it. The fact that it holds the thing up in the air, that's crazy. Just the way it looks.
Let me finish the rest of the article. The 3-camera array may look exactly like the 3 cameras on the iPhone 11 Pro, but on the iPad Pro, it's a different setup. There's a regular wide angle and an ultra wide, but the third sensor is LiDAR, which uses lasers for depth sensing and augmented reality. We've been expecting a triple camera system for the iPad Pro for some time now, given the many leaks and rumors about it, and its presumed support for more advanced AR features. There have also been plenty of rumors about support for a trackpad on Apple's smart keyboard, something many feel is sorely lacking right now on iPad OS. The iPad Pro was also due. Apple has historically released a new one every 500 days or so, and according to Mac rumors,
500 days.
over 500. The regular low-end iPad has been updated more recently, and there's also the iPad Air sitting in the middle. It's a somewhat confusing product lineup for the iPad, historically speaking. The new iPad Pro and the also announced MacBook Air are just 2 of the many Apple products that rumors suggest are coming in 2020, if not the first half of the year. There's a supposed iPhone 9 or iPhone SE, depending on what name you think is most likely, AirTag, tracking tags, a revision of the Apple TV, more MacBooks with mini LED displays, and more. And that's setting aside sure bets like new iPhones in the fall. How or even whether Apple intends to announce those products during the pandemic is anybody's guess. WWDC has converted to an online-only affair, and it's impossible for anybody to say when it might be a good idea to schedule a large press briefing. We may just end up seeing more press releases like this one sprung on us in the mornings. The iPads are available in silver and gray with 128 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte, 512 gigabyte, or 1 terabyte storage options. A fully maxed out 12.9-inch iPad Pro with 1 terabyte of storage and LTPTE support costs $1,649. Toss in a Magic Keyboard for $349, and you're spending $1,998. So All right, so you're excited about the keyboard, Will? Anything else you
Yeah,
think
because
is
I'm
great?
gonna get the keyboard for mine. I'm not gonna buy the new one because I don't care about the camera and all that stuff. But let me
Right.
show you, George. George, go to the Apple site, George.
Okay.
So there's links right there. You go click
I'm
on,
gonna
I believe.
show
I'm gonna just show you
screen.
why, huh?
Show it on screen, you mean?
Yeah. Go to the Apple site and then go to the iPad. I was just looking at it. I don't know if you've seen it in the Telegram, Mike, because you've been busy all week. But
I'll go look. But in our
well,
room,
no, just watch it when George does it. Go, yeah, but it's far back
Here it
now.
is.
You won't find it. All right. I think
Okay,
that's
here's
the one.
iPad Pro.
Scroll
What
up
am
a
I
little.
looking for?
Scroll up a little bit. I think it's gonna say like info or something.
It's
Yeah, learn more.
high up.
Click on learn more. I think that's the one.
Oh, okay. My computer's running slow today, so we have to deal with it.
Let me go check and see if that's the right one before.
There we go. All right, so I'm scrolling down now, I assume.
Yeah, keep scrolling.
Okay. And that computer is not a computer, so that is the big phrase. It's a magical piece of glass. It's so fast, most PCs, laptops can't catch up.
I think that's the wrong
Has
one.
programs that can transform reality. I mean, come on now. And you can use it with touch, pencil, keyboard, and now trackpad. It's the new iPad Pro. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
how far am I
no,
scrolling
look,
down?
I'm just saying, I don't think it's doing it, but you see how nice their page looks like? That's why they're winning. Because when you see it, Apple just makes it sound Apple makes it sound like magic. If you go to Samsung's page, it's like
Yes, they do.
their web page is trash compared to that. Like it's just click the tablet to buy it. Like everybody
using the scroll wheel. Look what it's doing. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody was like, they renamed the time of flight sensor. Of course, you gotta sell your product. Like most people probably don't know what a time of flight sensor is. So for Apple to say it's LiDAR and put all this crazy stuff in there, it makes it sound, you know what I mean? It makes you be like, oh, I might need
it. Make it sound like magic. And like here, it has all cameras that can transform reality. Now, if you're a techie, what a bunch of BS that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
but the regular people are gonna look at that and be like, wow, look how nice this is. You know what I mean?
Wow,
and it's
transform reality. That's amazing. You know,
it's like the page just morphs and changes, and you know, it makes you be like, wow, I'm paying attention to it now. That's why, like, they can.
People are such suckers because this is the same garbage that sells cars. They'll show me a car driving across the desert doing 120 miles an hour, and I'm like, when's the next time you're going to be in the desert doing 120? Come on now, it's the same nonsense. It's the same kind of people who buy it.
You see how it zooms in on the camera and it shows you the room, the augmented reality room, and all that. Like the guy on the guy on Twitter was arguing with me because he's like,
and it just zooms itself. You know, it's amazing.
He was like, they copied the Surface or did this or did that, but everybody knows Apple's never been original. Apple always, whatever they do, they try to do it and be the best at it. Like I was telling you,
they know how to make it sell. That's the main thing.
With the people, everybody was like, "Oh, Steve Jobs said you don't need a stylus." Steve Jobs is dead. Like, come on, let that go. Let that go. Steve Jobs is dead already. And they made the Apple Pencil, and yeah, when you set that thing up with the keyboard and the iPad, it looks like a Surface, but nobody walks around with a Surface using it like a tablet.
It does look like a Surface, but it floats.
Yeah, you see, that's nice, man. I can't wait to get it. Mike, I'll let you use it.
I'll tell you how cool Will is on this. Even before we started the broadcast, he was talking about the keyboard. He said, yeah, and it floats.
Yeah,
so
you see that?
You know.
You see how I mean, the way, you know, it's not floating, but look at that. That's crazy. That's how they did that.
I will give you
George, listen, George,
I gotta give you that.
George, if Microsoft did that, they would be winning. They probably saw that presentation and were like, wow, why didn't we think of that?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. The last Surface I used, you had to make it into a tent. I don't know if they changed it. I think I've used two of them. I don't know, maybe two of their refreshes. And you
They're
had
putting all their money into their folding phones.
What does make it into a tent mean?
you had to physically do it. Like you had to,
The folded, yeah.
you had to physically fold
Sure.
it out. You know,
I mean, Gary.
Gary, what he say?
Will's
Alan, I
going to
forgot.
buy it with his Corona check. Yeah.
Gary, listen, I was really upset about the Corona check because I thought I wasn't going to qualify. I was about to be upset. They supposed to go back to 2018, and I think I'll be good. I don't know. I was kind of upset with my wife. I was like, yo, we made too much money, but I think we made it. And then with my two kids, so we was just talking about it tonight. We might have to buy.
Yeah, he's getting it, George.
Check.
It's already spent.
George,
Check is spent.
that's already coming. But see, I don't gotta buy the iPad. So that the days of the desktop is dead and we're living with our lives on Chromebooks and tablets. I mean, I don't know if I think that most people don't need a laptop with the full OS on. Most people don't want to be bothered with Windows and having to download drivers and do all that. You know what I mean? So when people are like, the iPad it'll never replace a laptop. Yeah, maybe not for you, but yeah, right. Apple would say that and people would believe it. But maybe it wouldn't replace a laptop for you or for George or for Mike, but I think like Ted said, he was like, that'll edit videos and do all that. So for most people, an iPad is enough, just like a lot of people could use a Chromebook. So it's not going to replace it for everybody, but for a lot of people, that's enough. Some people probably don't have a laptop. They're just using an iPad. If I didn't have a Mac, I would just use an iPad because I don't do nothing crazy on the computer.
I will say in not defense, but to say I like my Chromebook, but I'm using my iPad to do my daily routine, to check mail, to look at YouTube, but also pay bills.
Okay.
You know, we're in this day and age, everything's very rarely. I only can think of two bills I mail to pay. Everything else is electronically.
I don't mail any checks anymore.
Why these two? Because they screwed up. They screwed up electronically on me one time, and I will never go back again. It was believe it or not, it was my gas bill and my electric bill. They one time they said I never paid it, but they took the money, and the other time one other utility double took my money, took it twice. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. But just the iPad alone, the base iPad I have alone. I'm doing, you get Chrome. I use Firefox. I use actually Firefox more so than anything. And I've been trying out Safari a little bit more. But everything you do when I'm here, I wanted to try to do one of these streams one time on here, but I got this nice mic here and it doesn't plug in.
I'll stream next week, Mike.
Yeah, your name is Mike. Look in the mirror.
Mike, next week I'll do it from the iPad.
All right.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm gonna run downstairs real fast. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
And Mike, you just go ahead. But George, just like he said, you don't have to buy the iPad Pro. Most people probably, you don't need the iPad Pro. You can buy the iPad for what is it, $399 or whatever it is for the 10-inch screen.
I have the same one that Mike has.
And use a keyboard with it. Yeah. And get a mouse, and you're still going to get the same mouse support, and you're still, you're going to have basically the same experience. I think the slide over or something like the multi-window is a little different. I think on the regular.
Yeah, the multi-window is.
But I don't know. To me, they're capitalizing on it and they're doing it right. Like Surface or Microsoft I don't know if. It's like they never perfected what they were trying to do.
But I think, people that had it seem to love it, but they never advertised it enough.
Jordan, I liked it. I remember when it first came out, I was like, oh, I got to have that. I went to the store, went to Best Buy and got it. And then I was like, oh, it's heavy. I was like, you can't use this as a tablet because it was heavy. And it was kind of, it was awkward. But I tried it and then I was like, oh, I don't like it. Then I tried the next one. Then I tried the Surface Book, and I was just like, I just don't like Windows. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't But it's like they didn't perfect it, and Apple just takes their time and they come along, and everybody was complaining there's no mouse, the iPad is so powerful, but you can't do this or you can't do that. And they added it, and now what they're doing is just capitalizing on the fact that even people who had the iPads back in the day, they made it better now. So people are going to be like, yeah, I'll buy another iPad. And it just got better. Nobody's going to be like, I'll buy a Galaxy Tab for what?
Here's a question for you from Gary.
Let me see.
You see it?
So if somebody's desktop died, what would you recommend? A desktop? Wow, I haven't used a desktop since.
I'm on a desktop right now.
I haven't used a desktop, Gary, probably since like junior high. I don't know. It depends. It depends. Like if you don't, I don't know. It depends on what you do. For me, I probably didn't even need to buy a MacBook. I just got it because I wanted it. But I would use, yeah, it depends on what you do. Like, I don't know. A lot of people could probably get by with a Chromebook, man.
I agree.
The only thing is, the only reason I wouldn't see, like, all right, for my kids got a Chromebook and I was trying to download this app for their school. And it was like, it's not compatible with your version. Like, you don't deal with that on an iPad.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? That's why it's like, but yeah, I don't know, Gary. Gary, you like Google, so you should get a what's that thing called? The Google Slate? What's it called? What's it called, George? The Pixel Slate?
Pixel Slate, yeah.
Go get a Pixel Slate, Gary. Jay Will said they're good, and I think they dropped the price. I think Jay Will got one.
It was so freaking expensive.
And I think Leo, Android stud, I think he got one. I think he likes it too. Oh, you got a Pixel Book Go. How is it? I heard the keyboard is nice. They might not do it first, but they do it better. Yeah, Apple, I don't know, man. Apple's just, they're good at marketing, and I don't know. It's just funny that people get so upset. Like, Apple doesn't come out and say that they, you know.
But see, he's right up. He's right here. They do not do it first, but they usually do it better. Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't. It's like they don't be in a rush. Like they, you know, like Samsung put that Galaxy Tab out. I don't know nobody with that thing.
Yeah.
The last time I'd seen a Samsung tablet, my niece had it, and that thing got no updates. And I was like, I'll never buy one of those.
Ever since I got my iPad, I never even take out. I used to use my Samsung tablet.
There you go.
On Amazon the video, but now I use my iPad for that. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, you could put Linux on a Chromebook now.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, you could, just like you said in the chat. You can, if you really want to do all that with it, and Chromebooks are cheap. But I haven't used a desktop in forever.
Right here.
I only have a desktop because this desktop was built specifically for me with my YouTube stuff.
Like, all right, Mike is there. Mike edits videos. Mike, you've edited like one video on your iPad, right?
One. I've done a few.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Look at that. See?
Now this is just the base one.
Now wait, listen. Now, Mike, you got like that's like a folio kind of keyboard. Is that the Bridge?
No, this is a Logitech.
Okay. You got like the base keyboard. So that's kind of what like a Surface does. You see how
and the pencil is the pencil I use. I prefer this. I'm using this as my mouse.
Okay. Now see, once they add the better mouse support, you can get a mouse and just get a a Bluetooth mouse and put it on there.
Yeah.
But now see that new.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Have you edited any 4K or 8K video on that thing?
8K. Mike
no.
No. Have you edited any 4K on it?
Because I didn't shoot in 4K. I did 1080p at 60.
Okay, because if it doesn't edit 4K, I can't use it because almost every phone I have, I use 4K, and I'm always editing 4K video.
I've never tried 4K. If the videos, I have to go. I don't know. I know I did about 4 or 5 of them. I used the iPhone. Right. That was nice. I used the iPhone to shoot the video.
Right.
It eventually, a few minutes later, the video was, uploaded to the cloud, and I could pull the video. I have Luma Fusion. I bought Luma Fusion, and that's what I used to edit on this.
Okay. But yeah, for me, it's got to edit 4K video because.
But I mean, I would think.
George, I think it does, George. I think you can
really
edit
do.
I
can't imagine this. We're talking
because,
Apple, and we're talking LumaFusion.
Editing 4K will triple the time that you're editing on
George, because the I'm pretty sure the iPad that I has shoots in 4K, so I'm sure you can edit.
And this here, see this here? This is what I used also to store some of the video or transfer if I had to.
Okay, well, yeah.
This is 128 expandable, and that's 128 the iPad itself.
Right.
So.
Yeah, now you can add like a drive to it and all that, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, all that I'm just saying is, I mean, great, the iPad Pro and all.
And you got Mike. Which one do you have? You have the base iPad, right?
Yeah, same one I have.
Well, this one here, base is in like memory wise?
No, like you have just a regular. You don't
regular
have an
iPad.
Yeah.
I have a regular iPad, and that's a 2019.
Right? Okay, so yeah, he's got the same one I have.
Yeah, see, so you can get that one even if you wanted more memory. You can get that one.
Which that's 128.
So you can get that one, and then get a keyboard with it. And for most people, that's all they need. Like they don't,
Probably between the keyboard, the pad, and this, I was under 700. I was under 700.
Yeah, Ted, I was asking you if all little iPads would do 4K, not the Pro.
Oh yeah, I don't know if yours will, George. See that? See what he said? See, that's what I'm saying. Most people aren't going to edit 4K. I guess if you're doing like that, I know DJs use the iPad Pro too.
I don't get the 4K thing because if you go every time I watch a video, I mean, I've only seen one video YouTuber that you get the option to watch the highest setting. Will, did I send you that picture one time showing you the different?
Oh, one
Let me see if I
showed me. I remember.
Yeah.
Now, look what Gary says about the Pixel.
Yeah. See, Gary, listen. Google gave up on the tablets. Like Google was like, we're done with tablets. That's why I can't buy like a Samsung tab. That's why their tablets are dead, man.
But you can see why Google gave up on it. But
because they don't got no
life, but does it float?
Because they don't have a chance. But look, George, you see how Mike's keyboard is, and then look how that Apple one. Like you see, that's the difference. That's crazy. Like they use the smart connector, to connect it, and it gives you an extra port on the side. That's why Android gave up because
it's absolutely gorgeous.
That it does. This has some kind of connector at the bottom. See the connector. And I know once it connects here, that now the keyboard's operating.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, all right, George. Maybe you're right. Maybe that one does connect to the keyboard. I'm not sure.
This one. I think you needed this. This keyboard's meant for this iPad.
Okay, so that makes sense. Yeah,
and, and without doubt, pen support is huge.
Of course, I would need an iPad Pro to edit in 4K, so I'll just pick with what I've got.
George, just buy an older model. They're going cheap now.
Mm-hmm.
The older model,
and they're equally as powerful.
Like the 166, the older one.
Computer built specifically for that, and it doesn't. Matter of fact, this week it edited 8K, and I found it was stuttering a bit on the computer, but when I uploaded it, it was fine. So I'm good because I did nothing but 4K and 8K this week, and it did it fine.
Yeah, you could get an older one. Like the older one, the bezel is bigger, and you got Touch ID instead of Face ID, but it's the same. Like it's and you don't get the 120 hertz. What does Apple call it? A magic display? I forget what Apple calls it. Yeah. Apple calls it something.
They always renames everything.
Yeah, they make it sound amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can float, Gary. I don't know if it connects to that one.
Well, in a pond, it might float. Get it?
Yeah, you see what he said. Yeah, the keyboard is $299. Yeah, the cost of the iPad. See, I'll just be buying the keyboard. I already got the iPad.
So you guys keep talking about floating, and my age is showing because I'm thinking of
look at George.
Sing like a bee, rumble, young man, rumble.
George, that's why Apple can rename stuff. You see what Jose said? Look what he said.
Yeah, right
Jose,
there.
Jose's not. That's the thing. He's not going to be like, let me go buy an Android tablet because he already knows. Look how long he had his iPad, and it's
7
still
years.
working.
That's true. Good point, Jose. Good point.
That's crazy. See that?
Mhm.
7 years. Dang.
And that and it's what you always say. Well, there's your big advantage in buying Apple products. It seems like at every level, you know.
Yeah. I was reading something that said, the reason that Android phones don't get updated is partly because of Qualcomm not, they like kind of make their chip not be able to run on the latest thing. But that's not even true because you can root it. See, Android people need to file a lawsuit for what's that stuff called? Planned obsolescence. They need to.
Yeah, I know that still root a Munchie and the Android stud. That's it.
There's a guy online on Twitter too. He roots. Remember Mike? He was talking about his Pixel wouldn't let him do
Days you're talking about? Yeah, Days couldn't get it to do a hotspot.
Yeah, it wouldn't run the hotspot.
And that's what I was saying. Like, that's a shame. I mean, that's a shame that he had to go and root it and do all this. And great that he has the knowledge and know-how, but you shouldn't have to do that. Just because
you know why he couldn't get it to do it, don't you?
You know what?
He was in a daze.
What? He was in
a daze. Boo. Yeah. Android tablets don't last because Samsung put all that RAM and does nothing.
Doesn't do a thing. Okay.
I don't know. Android tablet. Oh, man, I think I had one. Didn't I have a Nexus something tablet?
Nexus 9
or the something. I forget.
The 7 was awesome. The 7 second gen was.
You
awesome.
Always loved that thing, didn't you?
I still have it downstairs.
What was that? That was the 7-inch one, right?
7-inch one, yeah, that was.
And then the iPad Mini came and just destroyed everything. Nah, but for real though, Mike, the iPad Mini is nice, man. It's really a nice tablet.
So Will, what's your thoughts? I'm just went into 9 to 5 Mac because the next story was from them, and I just was scrolling around. iPhone 9 with all this Corona stuff going on. You think it's?
I think it's coming, but I don't know if it's going to come now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's delayed. That's all.
I think it's definitely coming.
They may not beat the Pixel 4 out at this point. Who knows? You know.
Yeah, but it's not like the Pixel 4 is going to have the audience for a Pixel, the Android enthusiast, but nobody else is going to be standing on line for a Pixel 4. Google will be giving away Amazon will be giving away a gift card, and Best Buy and they're going to try to do anything to make it sell.
Yeah, could be.
So
the Pixel. I don't even want to talk about the Pixel. Jeez. Listen, they finally fixed the face thing with the eyes closed. Like it's like Jerome said. Come on, it's like 5 months ago. You're already on the next phone now, and you still can't open your banking app with it. Google should just quit, man.
All right.
Sorry.
Stories for you to read, Will, because I didn't let you read the other one.
All right, where's this one? Let me see. Hold on. I was looking at the flying iPad.
You were still floating.
Yeah, I was. iOS 13.4 will be released on March 24th. New Magic Keyboard with trackpad compatible with see, George, it's only the 2018 iPad. It's not. Right. It doesn't work with the other one. 2018 iPad Pro. Apple will release iOS 13.4 and iPadOS 13.4 on March 24th. No fragmentation there. for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch users. In addition to features like redesigned Mail toolbar and iCloud folder sharing, iPadOS 13.4 brings support for the trackpad to the iPad platform for the first time. This will obviously be a big selling point for the 2020 iPad Pro announced today. But the new Magic Keyboard with trackpad accessory is also backwards compatible with the 2018 iPad Pro. You can also connect an external. I got a Magic trackpad or Magic mouse over Bluetooth. Geez, they're gonna take all my money. allowing the iPad Air, iPad Mini, and even the $329 iPad users to take advantage of the new cursor support. So you see that, George? You can get either the mouse or the trackpad.
Okay.
Um,
And for
two
the
sizes.
same one that Mike and I have. Okay.
Yeah, and you'll be able to use the cursor.
Yeah.
So Mike, I remember when you first got the iPad, Mike was complaining, George. I think he called me one day like, I want mouse support. And what'd you do? Take back the one iPad or something, and then you ended up buying it again, something like that.
I sold the Pro.
Yeah. So
I sold the Pro.
Now, if you would have just waited, you
You got it now, Mike.
Yeah, now you would have got what you wanted, and you would have had an iPad Pro. But anyway, the two sizes of the Magic Keyboard will work with the 11-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pro respectively. The new keyboard and trackpad combo accessories are priced at $299 and $349. Naturally, the 2020 iPad Pro will ship with the latest software as standard, although the Magic Keyboard cover doesn't ship until sometime in May. The 2018 iPad owners buying the new Magic Keyboard will have to wait until at least March 24th to update their operating system. That's also when all the other iPad owners can update and pair a Bluetooth trackpad or mouse. With the new firmware, trackpad support for iPad becomes a system-level feature. The cursor appears as a floating circle that can highlight elements in the user interface, press buttons, and assist with text selection. It's sort of a hybrid between the typical mouse pointer seen on the desktop operating system and the focus engine system used on Apple TV, depending on what element is being hovered over. And we can't show that, can we, George? Anyway, there's a whole video with that guy. What's his name? Ted? What's his name? Ted Federini or something. He got a whole video showing you how it works.
Yeah, I don't think I can show that.
There's a tweet. The guy showing
that's Rene Ritchie. But there's a whole video. If you go on YouTube and type in, I forget his name, Ted Federini, something like that. He's got a whole video showing you how it works, and with the keyboard floating. You can also do Mac-like fluid gestures on the trackpad to quickly switch between apps, activate the dock and control center, and invoke the slide over multitasking. Apple says most apps will work with the trackpad out of the box, and there are new APIs so developers can take their apps even further. Apple says updates to its iWork suite are coming soon and will take full advantage of the trackpad. Now, Mike and George, you see how that goes? You see it and what? You can buy the Magic Mouse for the
Mac,
for the MacBook. Yeah, they're not that expensive.
I'm clicking on it right now.
Let me find it for you.
There it is on Amazon, $74.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Oh, if anybody wants an iPad, if you don't have to have the newest one, if you go to Apple's website and type in refurbished, they have refurbished iPads for like $600, and they come with a new casing, they have refurbished everything actually.
The refurbished stuff has new batteries in her too.
New battery, a full warranty for a year. Like it's like buying a brand new.
That's why I got the one for Mom.
Yeah, it's like buying a brand new product. Let me see, a new iPad. You can get a phone and everything. Let me see.
Yeah, the phone. Oh yeah, don't you know that? Will
you can get? I didn't even. Yeah, well, I had went here before. I never really looked at it. You can get a refurbished, the older iPad, George, the 10.5-inch, the one like 6 got Wi-Fi and cellular, 256 gigs for $619.
Damn, that's good.
Are you talking iPad Pro?
Yeah, that's an iPad Pro. It's not the newer one. The new one, if you want the new one, just the Wi-Fi version, 11-inch, is $679. That's the one I got. I got the 11-inch. It's $679.
Well, then you should probably donate one to me.
Donate one.
Oh man. But yeah, let me see. It comes with what does it come with? Like I know these ones have like 2-day delivery, I think. Let me see. It comes with the same 1-year warranty as a brand new iPad, all manuals and accessories, a new battery and outer shell, and a new white box.
I'm telling you, it's you're getting your Will. Let me tell you, the box looks like you're buying a new one. It just in the little word says refurbished. It's like getting a brand new one.
Yeah, that's
the whole presentation and everything. Way they wrap the phone and all.
Yeah, they're killing it, man. That's
cool.
That's how you do it. See, Mike, if you would have waited, you would have had your full better mouse support.
What are you talking about? I got it right here.
Yeah, but you would have had the Pro. You would have been editing 4K.
The problem, I shouldn't say a problem, but for me, it was too big. It was too big. It was too big. I know it sounds
especially crazy. Mike. Listen, especially now with your computer about to fall apart.
Why? I got it right here. I got a backup right here. The only thing I
guess.
Right?
I guess so.
I can edit. If it really, I can edit. I could edit video.
So, Mike, you never, with all the phones, you've never edited any 4K video at all?
No.
I know you have phones that shoot it. Why have you never tried to show any on your channel?
Because I feel it doesn't come across.
What?
4K onto YouTube.
Because, George, most people don't have a 4K monitor.
4K TV. Every time I go to my 4K TV, I can see what I put up there beautifully.
Right.
Yeah, but George, look, I don't know about you,
but everybody's mobile.
When I watch YouTube, I watch it on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can't really see it.
When I did my 8K video the other day, I could see it very nicely on my Samsung Galaxy S20.
Here, let me see.
I don't know. To me, I don't know. I watch YouTube on the phone. Like I watch YouTube on. If I watch it on,
and then you're gonna change the settings. I don't. Will, do you have to change the settings to get it to like 1080 at least? Don't you get this?
I think it depends on your connection. I think it depends on your connection.
It just showed me in 8K. It was beautiful, But that was on my S20, of course. I didn't have to change anything though.
Yeah, I don't know.
So here we go. 4K samples.
So here we are shooting it.
Yeah, like 1080, like Gary said, to me, 1080p is enough. Like,
I'm looking at more.
Look. I'm going to show you right now. This is went away because I fat fingered it.
What are you trying to show us?
Use the pen, Mike.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, you ain't a bad idea. Let me see.
Look at Mike flexing with the iPad. That's where you're coming. It's coming, George.
What are you guys watching us in the background? Because I'm hearing my voice coming from one of you guys.
Hear that? Look what it says. Look what it says. The quality. Auto 480p. Now this is a Wi-Fi model on my FiOS.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying right there. Now I have to go change it. I have to go change. Let me see if I'm going to change it. Let me see what it changes to.
Most people aren't going to change it and do all that.
Right here, the highest it goes, 1080 60.
Okay. Well,
so
all I can tell you is my subscribers love it whenever I put up the 4K stuff, but they like to have it there. I guess.
I get you, but
I think there's something going on with the codecs and all that. I know with iPhones where you can't do whatever.
Can't do whatever?
You can't.
Yeah, I do whatever, Will.
You can't. You can't go to like 4K or whatever, something like that. I forget because between Google and Apple, they can't agree or whatever.
But it's the same one on any of my other phones. But I'm just showing you on my iPad. That's what you get.
Okay.
I don't know.
I noticed the video. I noticed video quality improved. I will admit, shooting on the iPhone at 1080p at 60.
Of course, Mike. Of course.
I just got his head swollen, George. His head went just ballooned.
George, don't worry. Wait till Mike goes and gets his iPhone 9 or his iPhone 11.
Well, right now I'm on the Apple site, the refurbished site. They got the iPhone 8 256 for $509.
He's gonna forget all about Android. It's coming.
Okay.
He's just gonna have to get burned one time. Don't worry. It's coming. Wait till OnePlus burns him, or he's gonna be like, I
have a long wait for that. OnePlus is getting better and better.
Nah, he'll burn him. It's coming.
I like that. It's gonna burn him.
For you, why are they going backwards, George?
Who?
Samsung have leftover screens, and they just gave them the OnePlus. Why would you go backwards? Why would you go from bezel-less to a punch hole? They have to be doing it because Samsung is giving them leftover screens.
It could be leftover.
That's terrible. They got to be giving them S10 screens. They have to be.
Somebody else same thing online the other day.
Yeah, why would you go backwards? Like that's so dumb. That's like if Apple said, "Yeah, we're gonna go from no notch and go back to a notch." You know what I mean? Without Face ID. Why would you do that? That don't even like that makes me not even like. Why would you want to upgrade your 7 Pro to an 8 to get a punch hole? The punch hole's not doing nothing. You know,
One of the coolest things about my 7 Pro is that pop-up camera. I'll tell you the truth. Still
yeah,
is.
and having no bezel on the screen. Like, you know, you go show somebody, you don't want to be like, yeah, my phone looks like a Samsung.
Yeah.
Imitation Samsung, and the camera's not as good.
let me ask you guys real quick while we have what little time is left. They just released this iPad. Okay,
Right.
how many iPads they released? Will just one?
They got the iPad Pro. They just refreshed it. Yeah. The iPad
Okay, and then the accessories.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
the back there.
Air, and they're saying that by the end of the year they're gonna have the 5G model. It's
Okay.
gonna be the same thing, but it's gonna have a 5G modem in it. They just
Do you think this was a bad time to release?
no,
So-
no, because
No, either.
you got to think about it.
Who's going to buy this right now?
Listen, let me tell you.
Go
I
ahead,
went
tell
on
me.
the website, right? If you go
Right.
on the website, it's already back ordered. Like, and I know they could be lying, but when you first went on there, it was like next day delivery.
Right.
So they're already back ordered. It's not like
I think Will's right. I think people are kind of starved for stuff.
well, because they haven't released the new
But
iPad.
half the money, I'm gonna go buy the stuff right away.
It's been about 2 years, and it's not like when you release a new phone, they're releasing the iPad, so they know people don't buy iPads every day. You might not buy it today. You might buy it in 3 months or 5 months, and you're gonna keep it for 5. Look at Jose, 7 years.
Jose, 7 years. I was going to say, Jose, it's perfect time to go get one. And
It's
we'll
not
see
like
in 7 years.
And you got to think about it, Mike. Apple's not crazy. They didn't go and change the whole iPad around. Everything is the same. They put more RAM. It still has USB-C, same charger. They changed the camera. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same chassis. Everything's the same.
So this is an S model.
Basically, yeah, you're getting a new
Right.
camera. But if you don't have one already, it's a big deal for you.
Mhm.
You know what this leads to? Like Six had told me the other day. The next iPhone is probably going to come out and start at 128 because these are starting at 128.
Yeah.
So they come out with the I guess September, they're probably
Right.
start at 128, so everybody can stop saying 64 isn't enough
Exactly. Yeah.
because they
All right.
switched it.
It is now 9:52. Mike, do you want to do the hangout story or not?
Yeah, Hangout sucks. Just get rid of it. I deleted it off all my phones.
Hangout sees rare. Oh, hold on, Mike. I got to tell you about Hangouts. Hold on. Hangout sees a rare update. This one is from where's this from? Droid Life, and they removed notification. All right, here we go. George, you got it up.
Yeah, George, he wants to dive into it.
You got it up, George.
Wait, I'm trying to get it over.
All right, Mike. I got to tell you.
All right. Yeah, I saw your comment. I didn't respond to it. I apologize.
I forget what I even said.
You said I think about being on chat,
Oh yeah. I got to tell you.
Hangout chat. So this will be good because I go ahead.
It was okay. Wait. All right. You ready, George?
Almost.
All right.
Give me a second. Okay.
Hangout meets.
Yeah, isn't that the one that Google said they were gonna fix or something?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. All right, this is on Droid Life.
All right.
Go
Google
ahead,
Hangout
Will.
service without much of a future. We were told so a long time ago. It continues to remain active, though, even if Google refuses to fix it, improve it, or make it into an app that we were once promised. And now it seems as if they've stripped away another feature. An update hit Google Hangouts on Android today as build 32.0.297021247. Sounds like a prison number. And after comparing it to the previous, I can see that it no longer has the location sharing feature it has had for years. That means if someone asks for your location, you won't be able to easily smart share. But you won't see the easy smart share of it or be able to tap the icon to manually point it to a spot. That sucks. I actually use that feature. When Hangouts is going to officially die, when is Hangouts going to officially die, and when will Google let us into Hangouts chat? Who knows, man? We thought that the transition might go down months ago, but Google extended the life of regular Hangouts to at least June of this year. Should that move happen in June, we'll still likely have access as consumers for a little while after that. Maybe Hangouts is here for the long haul after all. All right.
Yeah.
Mike Hangouts is dead.
Good luck with that.
I'm like, I remember when this first started, you had told me they're killing Hangouts, right?
Mhm.
That we have now and turning it
Yeah,
into
you did.
Hangouts Meet, right?
There was meet and chat. I thought there was.
One of them, since the kid's been out of school, the teacher sent me a video request.
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
And it was like Hangouts Meet.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a video chat on it, and it was fine. But I was just laughing because I'm like, they're never gonna put, because that one is for G Suite. You have to have a G Suite and somebody with a G Suite
Right,
account.
yeah.
Yeah, they have to invite you to it. But the other version of it, we're never gonna get it. It's been like years now.
Listen, Hangouts that's what made me start poking around. Hangout Meets gets premium features free amid coronavirus fears.
Okay.
It looks like to me they might have given it out for people to use.
Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know, but the teacher was able to send me the thing, and I was able to chat with her, and then she could talk to my kids. But I don't know. Google's never gonna get it right.
So if you got the premium features free during the coronavirus, my guess is they won't have it when it's over. It's my guess.
Yeah, I'm with Gary who still uses Hangouts because they killed it. They killed it among.
Why don't they just kill it? Because they put Duo out. Like, what's the point of Hangouts anymore?
I agree.
They got so many things. Because if you use Hangouts, Google's like, yeah, we're pushing RCS. If you use Hangouts, you don't get RCS on it. So just kill it. Put everything in one app. I don't know. Google, whatever. Whatever. This is Google. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
Does that show?
They're bipolar or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Where they can't figure. Oh yeah. See, now this is neat. They got the little camera showing. Now, mind you, the Pixel 3a.
Right.
I'm looking at the messages to people, and there's a little camera. So, I mean, Jimmy Crickets, this is.
What are you looking at, Mike? Oh, okay.
On the Pixel, right? This is Hangouts using Android messages. Okay.
What are you talking about?
He's saying Android messages is almost the same as Hangouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean,
Google.
okay. All right. This don't have it. The two-way conversation doesn't have it. I'm trying here's like, see at the top, see the camera there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like how Hangouts was. The Hangouts had to, and then RCS.
That takes you to Duo.
Yeah, it takes you to Duo, but
It's Duo.
right. But still, it has the integration with it. I don't know. Is that?
They just use the same.
Let me see. Look at my. What is it? What is it called? OnePlus? Dumb Plus? Let me look at my Dumb Plus phone. I play along with everybody.
Plus at 112
It must
gigs
be in the app then. I'm sorry. It must be in the app because here's my Dumb Plus phone. It's got that too.
Okay.
112 gigs of RAM. Don't worry.
Hey, listen here. I'm using 102.
You know what?
Okay.
Wait, listen. That's what somebody else told me on the thing. He was like, Apple should give you more specs. And I said, well, Android will throw all the specs at you, but it doesn't really matter. And he was like, specs matters. And then he shows me this clip of somebody on YouTube with an iPhone and a Samsung Galaxy S20, and they're opening and closing apps. I said, nobody does that. No regular person opens apps and closes them and sees what's left in the background. I don't know, man.
But you do see a lot of videos showing that.
Yeah, because Android people are like, they get excited when they're like, Apple closed the app. But if you ask somebody on an iPhone, when they play a game, do they want to go back 3 hours later and it's still running? No. They play the game and then that's it.
I was just going to say, Eleanor just
disagrees with you guys. He uses it every day.
Well, time to start packing it in and find something else. I'm telling you.
Well,
wait a minute, Eleanor. How many other people use Hangouts with you?
Right? Nobody. You know what Jerome said? Jerome said he uses it friends
uses
won't let it go.
one person though, that's true. But you can go to Duo, Eleanor, and that'll work just fine for you. Probably
Oh
better.
yeah. Oh, Duo, 100%. Because I will say,
You know what?
Duo's
She
really
probably-
good.
But remember, Hangouts, you can type and chat on it. That's probably why.
Mm.
You don't want to do video, you know.
Can't you do typing on Duo now? I thought.
No, it's like it's a stupid kind of thing where
Is
you
it?
can send like digital pictures and
Oh, we can't take your opinion for it.
you know what I mean, George. It's like let me see, Mike. Let me find Duo on my phone here and I'll send you one.
I'm looking
Turn
here.
on
Here's
one of my
you.
other phones.
There's a
even know-
message. You can send what?
You can like draw and send pictures, but
Yeah,
it's not
Some stuff, I'm
it's
sure.
not like
I haven't used it, but I remember seeing it.
Oh, there's all kinds of.
I couldn't even find Duo.
And you make me turn on my Pixel 3a.
I found it, Mike. Now let me see. Yeah, you can send a heart or
So I can send a picture. I just sent you a picture.
I got it. See, this is
Okay.
dumb. This is dumb. This is
Here you
Google. This is Google being confused again. They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Google's confused, man. They're like, you got messages.
Look at this.
How many?
This is childlike. This is Snapchat.
Mike loves this.
Wait till you see this.
Mike is loving it.
Wait till you see this.
Let me see.
Look at this. We're a bunch of kids here.
Is that funny? See, Mike, listen. And everybody got mad when Apple had emoji. Everybody was like, "Who wants that?" And look at Google.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
God.
Effects. I get. Oh man, I
How
got
you-
filters. Wow.
How did you even do it, Mike? I don't even know how you're doing it.
If you hit messages, oh, that's right. You're on an Apple phone. Might not have it. Oh,
Are you looking at messages? Okay.
Oh, okay, I see it. Swipe
Uh-huh.
down to record a message.
see. And we have this,
Like, listen, on Apple, it's more intuitive. I don't gotta
Yeah.
tap. I just swipe down.
and I can swing it back around. There, look at that. Ooh, look at me.
Are you on what is this app called? Duo?
Duo, yeah. It's Duo, folks. We're all doing. Here, let me see. Let me see if I got George in here.
Yeah, now wait. Hold on. Let me see.
I know. Let me see.
George, what's the last four? Which one are you on Duo? 58?
9751.
Oh, now George is going to wish he never gave that to me.
I never gave the ones before it, so I don't think
now I'm just going to pester you throughout the day, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, George, look at this. Ooh, look at me go. Okay. Let's see. And what happens when I turn around? Oh, wow. That's too funny. Look at Grant Will in the picture.
I haven't gotten a call yet.
All right.
George.
All right. I got to put this down.
That's all. Mike is crazy.
That is.
Come on, answer, Mike.
What's
look
that?
at
Wait a minute. What am I looking for? Wait a minute.
This is what Mike sent me.
George,
Okay?
George, you gotta answer.
No, I don't.
I'm
Now
calling.
I can answer. Now I can, but I could see that without answering. And now I've answered.
All
Okay.
right, where you at, Mike?
I get that's
I'm-
that's,
Mike, pick the group call.
that's what we look like on Duo, folks.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike, where you at?
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
I called you too. You didn't answer. What phone do you got? 6'8"?
Yeah.
All right, wait.
I was busy sending him a message.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna call
Eleanor, I'm telling you, Eleanor, I'm
right, come on,
telling
Mike.
you.
Mike, come on.
Well, it ain't ringing.
That's Google for you. See, Duo's trash.
No, it's not. No,
It
it's
doesn't
not.
even work. It doesn't even work.
Go try again.
Mike, I don't know. You didn't join it or something. Me and George can talk, and it has you on the side, but
Are you doing a three-way conversation?
yeah, but you're. Let me
I
see.
can only see me and Will. I can't see you at
I'll
all.
call you again, Mike. 6868.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just did it.
And what happened?
It's just spinning. I don't know. Your phone. Maybe your phone is. This is the iPhone number I'm calling you on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, 6868.
Yeah, I don't know. That's Google for you.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
look,
yeah.
wait a minute. There we go.
Okay.
Hold on. Where I get
Hey.
there we go. There we go.
Like folks,
All three of us.
Cameron instead of me.
Eleanor, I'm telling you, stop with Snapchat and try out Duo. There's all kinds of neat stuff.
I agree.
Don't try it out before Google cancels it.
Yeah.
Actually, Duo.
Okay, see, I don't know. Did you show every?
George, Google.
Yeah.
This is one of their
Okay.
biggest apps. Just like what was that mail app that they closed?
All right, I'm going to hang up here because it's confusing me.
Inbox.
Yeah, Inbox was nice.
Inbox was great, and they got rid of that.
I would highly recommend Duo. Duo works great. So.
George, I think we got every story, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. I was surprised.
We had a lot of them.
Well, it's after 10 o'clock, and we're probably going to make you late for work or something.
Like he's really upset about that.
I'm not too excited to go. I'm not too excited. I got to go put my mask on when I get there. Jeez.
Oh, for your alter ego? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. I got to turn into Corona, man.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, man.
and you better bring a beer with you.
For real.
All right, I think we're done.
Next week, Mike, we're on your channel?
No, next week
See?
is what next week?
Yeah.
No, this is our week.
Oh, next week. Okay.
Yeah.
So the next time we come back, Mike, I'll do it on the iPad.
Yeah, next week they're stuck with me.
You should do it on the iPad too, Mike.
Yeah, but how would that be? I like the audio. See, I got the audio going on here too. You know.
What do you mean you got the audio? What do you use?
Microphone. I can't plug that in that.
Why not? You can
Doesn't it have a USB?
You'll figure it out.
I gotta find an adapter.
It's got to be.
He's leaving it to you to figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, well, I guess I better look at the calendar, right?
We'll all be on lockdown, George. I might be able to join you if I'm not doing nothing.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Next week it's me, and then the following week we're into next month. So then it'll be Mike's channel.
I'll let you know, George. We'll be on lockdown.
Yeah, but wait a minute. When we come back, who's it going to be again?
I don't know.
Isn't
if it's you.
No, shouldn't it be Will? No, it's Will, right, Mike?
Okay, Will, no problem. Yeah, normally at the second Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because last time though, I did because Will was on vacation.
Right. Exactly.
Ah, okay, yeah.
All right. So 2 weeks from tonight, it's you. Next week they're stuck with just me. Okay. All right.
All right then.
I have to apologize, folks. You didn't get to see any wonderful shopping experience with Mike tonight. I'm sorry.
No. I gotta be coronavirus wise for now.
Oh, my kids just got on my nerves.
What's that? Corona?
Yeah, right? No, I'm my stupid man. I gotta call Netflix. My kids,
Why you gotta call them?
They just signed back up for Netflix.
Who did the kids?
My kids.
Give him a new.
$15 a month. Man.
I'm telling you, you were missing it before. You said I should have kept it.
I wasn't missing it. Now I have to watch everything that I didn't watch in a couple days, and I gotta watch the Aaron Hernandez thing. There's a lot of stuff I gotta catch up on before I cancel it again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go up there and tell them. I knew they were too quiet.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in tonight, and thanks for everybody to watch. Thanks for everybody that tuned in on Facebook. Really appreciate you. And please tell others about the Mobile Geezer channel and about our Friday Night Tech Talks.
And
Next week it'll be on my channel again. It'll be either just me or Will and myself. I'll let you know in a few days. And Mike will be back in 2 weeks, and we'll be on Will's channel then.
All right.
Mike, say your good night.
Good night. I'm going to bed. Be safe, everybody. All joking aside, be careful, be safe, be wise, and take care of each other. Okay.
Will?
Good night, everybody, and I'll probably see some of y'all.
And let me. I'm sorry, I forgot one little plug.
On Mike.
Sunday, we're still at the moment. Nothing's changed, or I will tweet it out that we're still doing the standard.
All right.
Just minus my brother due to conflict of time and coronavirus, which
Sunday,
he doesn't have any. But
Sunday at 9 a.m. right? Eastern
no,
time?
Sunday 9 a.m. Yes,
Okay.
on Jerome's channel right at the moment. Anything changes, we'll be tweeting it out.
Right, that's on the Jerome Ortega channel.
Yep.
All right, folks. This
All
is
right.
Mobile Geezer. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you next week. Maybe Will and I will both see you next week. You'll have to tune in to end the suspense. So you all have a good night.
Good.
See you now.
Oh man.